The clock is ticking. In the shadows of our bustling daily lives, a series of potential crises loom, each capable of unsettling the fragile equilibrium of our economic and personal stability. As a nation, we are standing on the precipice of significant challenges that could reshape the way we live, work, and interact. This essay aims to shine a stark light on these impending challenges, particularly in the realms of economic instability, consumer trends, and their broader impacts. Over the next few weeks, we might witness a cascade of events triggered by economic instability that could have far-reaching consequences on personal finance, real estate, and the trucking industry. Each of these sectors is intricately linked with the health of our nation's economy, and disruptions in one area could spell disaster for others. Understanding these connections and preparing for potential downturns is not just advisable, it is imperative. Why should you care? Because the financial decisions you make today could be the difference between stability and chaos tomorrow. This essay will explore the critical areas under threat and offer practical advice for safeguarding your financial and personal well-being. Ignorance is not bliss, it's a risk we cannot afford in these turbulent times. The first dominoes in our impending crisis are already wobbling. Savings rates in the U.S. have plummeted as citizens dip into their reserves to keep up with the rising cost of living. This erosion of savings is not just a personal issue, it's a national vulnerability. When individuals have less in reserve, they are less capable of weathering economic storms, leading to greater reliance on credit and increasing personal debt levels. The stock market, a barometer of economic confidence, has been exhibiting signs of instability. Frequent and sharp fluctuations in market indices suggest investor nervousness. This volatility can create a feedback loop, where the fear of loss drives market downturns, which in turn fuel more fear. For the average American, this can translate into diminished retirement accounts and lost investments, further exacerbating financial strain. Trucking companies, often seen as the lifeblood of the American economy, are not immune to these financial pressures. Many small to medium-sized firms operate on thin margins and are particularly sensitive to shifts in economic conditions. As consumer spending tightens and operational costs rise, these companies face financial dilemmas that could disrupt supply chains nationwide. The ripple effect could be catastrophic, affecting everything from supermarket shelves to manufacturing supply lines. In response to the economic tremors felt across the nation, there is a noticeable shift in consumer behavior towards more conservative financial strategies. More Americans are cutting back on non-essential spending, wary of the economic uncertainty that looms on the horizon. This newfound frugality is reshaping consumer markets, affecting businesses whose survival depends on discretionary spending. The quest for financial independence has taken on new urgency. Individuals are increasingly seeking ways to reduce their reliance on traditional financial institutions and systems, which are seen as vulnerable in times of crisis. This includes growing interest in alternative investments, bartering systems, and community-supported agriculture, which can provide more direct control over financial destinies. Community cooperation is emerging as a powerful tool in the economic survival kit. As people realize the power of collective action, there is a growing trend of neighborhood and community groups pooling resources, sharing skills, and supporting local businesses. This not only strengthens community bonds, but also creates a local safety net that can be critical in times of broader economic distress. The real estate market, once considered a bastion of stability and a sure path to wealth accumulation, is now on shaky ground. The combination of skyrocketing property prices and the looming threat of increased interest rates could lead to a significant downturn. Homeowners and investors alike are finding themselves in a precarious position, with the potential for falling property values and rising mortgage costs. For those looking to buy, the dream of homeownership is becoming increasingly elusive. High demand and low supply have driven prices to unprecedented levels, pushing the American dream out of reach for many. This imbalance also discourages mobility, as potential sellers hesitate to enter an uncertain market, further exacerbating the supply issue. Investors in the real estate market need to tread carefully. The volatile economic environment could mean that today's profitable investment could be tomorrow's financial burden. Diversification and careful market analysis will be more important than ever to mitigate risks associated with real estate investments. Section 5. The trucking industry, a wheel in the economic machine. The trucking industry, a critical component of the U.S. economy, faces its own set of challenges in the coming weeks. The cost of fuel is a constant concern, and any significant increase can disrupt the already thin profit margins that many trucking companies operate under. This is compounded by a chronic shortage of truck drivers, which can lead to delays and increased costs for nearly all goods transported by road. Regulatory changes and environmental policies are also impacting the trucking industry. New emission standards and the push towards electrification, while beneficial for the environment, require significant investment from trucking companies. These costs can be prohibitive, especially for smaller operators, and could lead to a consolidation in the industry, reducing competition and potentially increasing costs for consumers. The resilience of the trucking industry is crucial for the smooth functioning of the U.S. economy. Any disruption in this sector can have a domino effect, impacting everything from the price of groceries to the availability of medical supplies. It's a pivotal moment for the industry, and the decisions made now will have long-term consequences for its sustainability and efficiency. Section 6. Personal Finance, Strategies for Survival. In these uncertain times, personal finance management becomes not just a practice but a necessity. It's crucial to have a clear understanding of where your money is going and to make every dollar count. Budgeting and tracking expenses should become part of your daily routine, helping to prevent unnecessary expenditures and to build up a financial cushion. Investing in personal and professional development can also provide a safety net. In an economy where job security is no longer a given, enhancing your skills can make you more adaptable and employable. Whether it's learning new technology, acquiring a new trade, or improving communication skills, the investment in your capabilities can pay dividends. Diversification is another key strategy. Don't put all your financial eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and even precious metals. This can help protect your wealth from market volatility and ensure that you have multiple streams of income should one falter. Section 7. Banking Crises, a Lurking Danger. The banking sector, while robust on the surface, harbors vulnerabilities that could become exposed in an economic downturn. Recent fluctuations in the stock market and uncertainties in the global economy could precipitate a banking crisis. Such a scenario would not only affect investors but also everyday consumers who rely on banks for personal and business financing. The memory of the 2008 financial crisis, where major banks were on the brink of collapse, still lingers in the minds of many Americans. It's a stark reminder of the importance of being cautious with where and how we store our money. Diversifying your financial institutions and considering alternatives such as credit unions or online banks might provide additional security. In preparing for potential banking disruptions, it's wise to maintain a portion of your assets in liquid form. Having access to cash can be crucial in times of banking instability, allowing you to manage day-to-day expenses and mitigate the impact of any disruptions in banking services. Section 8. Fuel Prices, the Inevitable Surge. Fuel prices are a critical component of both personal and national economics, and they are set to rise. Geopolitical tensions, environmental policies, and market dynamics are all contributing to this upward trajectory. For the average consumer, this means higher costs at the pump, which can strain budgets and alter commuting and travel behaviors. For industries reliant on transportation, like trucking and logistics, fuel price hikes can be even more devastating. Increases in operational costs will inevitably be passed down to consumers, leading to higher prices for goods and services across the board. This can accelerate inflation, creating a cycle of rising prices and economic strain. Strategically, it's important to consider alternatives and efficiencies. For individuals, this could mean exploring more fuel-efficient vehicles, carpooling, or utilizing public transportation. Businesses, particularly those in logistics and delivery, should investigate routes and methods that minimize fuel consumption and potentially invest in alternative fuel vehicles. Section 9. Cyber Risks, the Invisible Enemy. In today's digital age, cyber risks are an ever-present threat to our financial and personal security. As we increasingly depend on digital transactions and storage for our financial dealings, the potential for devastating cyber attacks grows. Personal vigilance and robust cybersecurity measures are no longer optional. They are essential. Recent breaches have shown that no one is immune. Individuals, corporations, and governments are all targets. These attacks not only cause immediate financial harm, but can also have long-lasting effects on your credit and financial stability. It's crucial to be proactive. Use strong, unique passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and be wary of phishing attempts and suspicious links. Additionally, businesses must prioritize cybersecurity. Investing in secure systems and continuous staff training can prevent breaches that could be financially and reputationally catastrophic. Understanding the cyber landscape and preparing for potential threats can safeguard your assets in an increasingly interconnected world. Section 10. Conclusion. Fortify, prepare, survive. As we navigate these turbulent times, the mantra for every American should be to fortify, prepare, and survive. The challenges ahead are daunting but not insurmountable if we take proactive steps to safeguard our economic and personal well-being. This essay has outlined several areas of concern, from the stability of the real estate market to the resilience of the trucking industry and the omnipresent threat of cyber risks. It's crucial now more than ever to reassess and strengthen your preparation plans. Diversify your assets, enhance your prepper supplies, and stay vigilant against emerging threats. The time to act is now. Delay could be the difference between security and disaster. Thank you for reading. I urge you to not only reflect on this information, but to act on it. Share your strategies and preparations with others. Our collective knowledge and cooperation can make a difference. Stay informed, stay prepared, and most importantly, stay safe.